Expressions with equals true and is true give different results. I have the following move. The output is the following, which I expected. Okay, but the PEP8 style seems to be wrong. It says, E712 comparison to true should be if cont is true or if cont. So I changed it to is true instead of equals true, but now it fails. The output is. What is going on? The catch here is that in df0 equals true, you are not comparing objects to true. As the other answers say, equals is overloaded in pandas to produce a series instead of a bool as it normally does, is overloaded, too, to interpret the series and give the filtered result. The code is essentially equivalent to. So, you're not violating PEP8 by leaving equals here. Essentially, pandas gives familiar syntax unusual semantics, that is what caused the confusion. According to Strausstrup, 2.3.3.3, operator overloading has been causing trouble due to this ever since its invention, and he had to think hard whether to include it into C++. Seeing even more abuse of it in C++, Gosling ran to the other extreme in Java, banning it completely, and that proved to be exactly that, an extreme. As a result, modern languages and code tend to have operator overloading, but watch closely not to overuse it and for semantics to stay consistent.
In Python, is tests if an object is the same as another. Is defined by a pandas.series to act element-wise, is not. Because of that, df0 is true compares if df0 and true are the same object. The result is false, which in turn is equal to 0, so you get the 0 columns when doing df0 is true.
One workaround for not having complaints from linters but still reasonable syntax for subsetting could be. Both also take the same time. In addition, for data frames one can use query.
I think in pandas comparison only works with equals and result is Boolean series. With is output is false. More info about is.
This is an elaboration on Maxno's answer since this was too lengthy to include in the comments. As he indicated, df0 is true evaluates to false, which is then coerced to 0 which corresponds to a column name. What is interesting about this is that if you run This seems a bit perplexing at first, to me at least, but has to do with how pandas makes use of caching. If you look at how df false is resolved, it looks like since cache is just a regular Python dict, after running df0, the cache looks like so that when we look up false, Python coerces this to 0. If we have not already primed the cache using df0, then res is none which triggers a key error on line 1345 of generic.py.
If you want to support the channel, please consider subscribing.